All right, fantastic. Well, it's so great to see that we have such a full room today. We've got a big night ahead of us with a number of the incubators, accelerators around town. We have 6 of them presenting today, showcasing their programs, their differentiators, and what value they bring to this ecosystem. And have brought along a couple of their companies that are either in the program or recently graduated from their program today. So really excited to highlight these incubators and accelerators. And again, for our members, this is one of the best deal flows that you can have for finding great companies as early as you possibly can, following along, building a relationship with them. So it's so important to know about these different programs around town. I want to start by just acknowledging that it's with gratitude and respect that we are gathered on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. We have some amazing sponsors that support us, and without them, we would not be here today. So want to give a big shout out to Fasken, Tandem Innovation, Go Recruitment, SFU Venture Labs, our location sponsor for this event, Western Pacific Trust Company, Sales Primer, In West Ventures, and Volition. And of course, we have the support of the Canadian government, the NACO Association, and the Angel Capital Association as well. So we are a community, and we've been around for almost 25 years. 2024 will be our 25th year anniversary, which is incredible. And in that time, we've helped 3,000 or more than 3,000 companies take the stage and build relationships with angel investors, of which we now have more than 180 members, active angel investors. We have been slowly increasing the investments. For some reason, the bottom number here is missing, but in 2022, we had about $16 million invested in about 154 companies through the members and the partner funds at VANTEC, and we look forward to continuing to build this traction and invest even more over the years. So we have a few community announcements I'd like to jump into first. First thing, just to mention, we are being as active as we can on LinkedIn and building that up and wanting to make sure that we are letting you know about the great events and things going on in the ecosystem. So if you haven't followed us on LinkedIn, do that. That's the best place to find out about the different events that we think are really beneficial for our members to know about. Also, What If Capital, the fund that Mike Volker started 20 years ago, has just kicked off the capital raise for this year. So we are going to be raising funds up to $1.5 million. If you are interested in learning more, feel free to come and speak to either myself or Mike Volker. Would be happy to tell you more. You do get the 30% discount, and we have a portfolio of more than, I think it's about 90 companies now that we have in the portfolio. So very active, a lot of mature companies in there. Next, I'd like to invite Paul up to give a quick community announcement about a program that they have coming up in partnership with New Ventures BC. And if you didn't see, New Ventures BC just had the winners announced yesterday. So exciting. Congrats to Retreats and Venues and Browse AI and Blanca, who came second and third. But Paul, I'll give you the stage here.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're very proud of Browse AI because they're one of our clients recently. We started working with them actually last year. So I'll tell you more about that later on, but just want to let you know that we've actually teamed up with New Ventures BC, and starting next week, we will be launching IP workshops where it's going to be a little bit of a different setup where we're going to teach you a bit about the basics of IP. I guess not necessarily you guys, but if you want to send companies or if you know anybody that needs to know about IP and how they can protect themselves, strategize and match it up with their business strategies for the future, we're going to have a workshop portion and then a panel with 2 entrepreneurs that have recently gone through the process that can tell you a bit more about that, and then round tables to follow it up where they can ask questions and learn more. So we're happy to team up with that. It's going to be held at Fasken, which is just down the road, and it's fully catered. So it's from 2 to 4 next Wednesday. So if you know anybody that needs to know about IP, please send them our way. You can go to our website and register. I think there's a link now on the VANTEC site. Yeah, perfect. So thanks to Aaron. Thanks.
Thank you, Paul. I'd also like to invite Jackson up to give a quick update or announcement about the SUV program.
Thank you, Aaron. So we are having a lot of promising foreign entrepreneurs. Some of them have actually landed in Canada, and they're starting to make great strides. And those companies are every bit as good as some of the VANTEC companies. And if you need an endorsement, I'd like to welcome Mike Volker to say a few words.
Thanks, Jackson. Yeah, so unbeknownst to me, Jackson and Thelzel, for the last 5 years or so, have been running this little VANTEC skunk works on the side. And it's kind of grown, and it's probably a little bit of a mystery or an unknown phenomenon, if you will, that I would guess probably fewer than half of you know about this. So we want to make sure you learn about it and have some fun with it. So what it is it's the startup visa program that had its origins, I think, with NACO, right, Thelzel? That's where you and I first heard about it and said, let's make VANTEC a partner. So VANTEC has been authorized by the federal government to process the startup visa applications from startup entrepreneurs in different countries around the world. And what I want to invite you all to is tomorrow morning, right, is one of these sessions where we have companies, startups from anywhere. They could be China, Iran, Pakistan. It's really quite interesting, and I've been following these a few times myself, and I find them, you know, I cannot tell if they're in Pakistan or across the street. They're so well coached, and their pitches are so good, and they're 90 seconds exactly. And Jackson somehow has miraculously got them to do this in the 90 seconds, and they never seem to go over. And in that 90 seconds, you learn exactly what they're doing. It's crystal clear. And if only more of the companies, in fact, many that are presenting today, could do that, it would be wonderful. But I encourage you to watch it, and it's short, right? The whole thing is less than an hour, typically. You know, it goes from 9 to 10 tomorrow morning. So get the...
It'll be in the email, the Zoom link.
Yeah, so you need the Zoom link, but make sure you check with Jackson, and they're also recorded. So if you miss it, you can watch one later on at your leisure. But I really encourage you to sit through one of them. You'll find it quite fascinating, and hopefully these companies will eventually land here in Vancouver or in Canada somewhere. And we're sort of playing our part here in facilitating that. And we've been, as I said, we've been authorized by Immigration Canada to facilitate that. So please join it.
A glowing endorsement like that, I expect to see everyone at the Zoom meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. tomorrow. All right, back to you, Aaron.
Thank you so much, Jackson and Mike. All right, so we're going to get into things here for the incubators, accelerators. We're going to be going incubator, then your companies, incubator, then your companies. Do make sure to keep an eye on the time. As you know, Mike is going to be very closely paying attention to that. It's a sign of a strong company if you can keep it to the 90 seconds. We're going to have 3 minutes, and I'll invite Sean up first for E at UBC. There we go.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much. My name is Sean Lum. I lead entrepreneurship at UBC, and I'm grateful for the passionate E at UBC team that I work with, who are dedicated to democratizing entrepreneurship at UBC. So entrepreneurship at UBC provides accessible resources to members of the UBC community. We instill an entrepreneurship growth mindset, and we help them to build transformational ventures. We're 10 years old this year. We launched in 2013, and stay tuned for celebrations and events to come in the coming months. Our impact by the numbers over the last 10 years, you can see here. I'm going to start off at the bottom. We've supported over 3,000 students and members of the UBC community. 742 ventures have been supported. And we've got over 250 mentors in our network that have engaged with those ventures. Now, not all of those ventures have been successful, of course, But over 300 of those have led to the economic impact at the top of the slide: 1,800 full-time jobs, over $700 million in revenue, and over $1.8 billion in dilutive and non-dilutive funding raised. These are some of the ventures that we've supported over those 10 years. You'll recognize a lot of names: Accelera, Akuva, Anandia, Arca, Aspect Biosystems, Avivo, Cargo Sprout, Chop Value. You're going to hear from Cargo Sprout in a few minutes. DCAP, Health QB, and you can read the rest. I'm not going to go through all of them, but happy to talk to you about those ventures if you've got any interest. We provide a spectrum of resources, as I mentioned, that starts with instilling the entrepreneurial mindset and all the way through to deep committed process for venture building through our venture founder and Hatch venture builder. And we address the gaps in the valley of death across technology, team, traction, and treasury. And I'm going to focus in briefly on our Hatch venture builder, which provides venture teams with mentorship, training, creative space, and funding to take their world-changing innovations to the next level. This is for ventures who have completed our our venture founder and are demonstrating market traction. We provide hands-on, intensive entrepreneurship training and deep mentorship with our panel of dedicated entrepreneurs in residence. And we, through our collaboration with ISICS, the Institute for Computing, Information, and Cognitive Systems, we provide them with access to over 10,000 square feet of makerspace and office space. We have a number of community events. We believe that community is key to building successful ventures. We have our venture showcase in November of every year. We have our investor showcase in May of every year. We've just had our immersion week, entrepreneurship immersion week, last week. In addition to that, we have a foundation week, a women founders meetup on a monthly basis, spring socials, and community town halls to situate and embed the ventures into the community. Just a slide showing our fantastic EIR panel. And finally, I'm happy to speak to you if you'd like to learn more about entrepreneurship at UBC. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. And actually, we've got a number of the UBC EIRs and people in the room. If you'd like to stand up quickly and then people know who to come and talk to. We got Chang and Michelle. Awesome. If anyone wants to chat about E at UBC, these people are the people to talk to along with Sean. All right. So let's get our first company up for E at UBC. I'll invite Wei from Cargo Sprout up to the stage here.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wei, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Cargo Sprout. Storms, breakdowns, and currents. Coordinating shipping is anything but smooth sailing. When there are delays, there's chaos. Freight forwarders get logjam. Loaders lose track of their cargo. And storage fines kick in. No wonder shipping agent burnout and resignations have skyrocketed 28% in 2 years, according to LinkedIn and ZipRecruiter. Cargo Sprout calms the seas and puts shipping agents back in the driver's seat. 4 hours of forensic frustrations eliminated on our SaaS platform. No email blizzards or document downpours. Containers at sea are tracked by the second. If there's a delay, everyone's notified long in advance. We're even building trucking automation to make sure that containers get off the water and on the road without incident. Cargo Sprout began by validating our solution as a third-party logistics company. We have earned over $900,000 in the past 2 years with 8 repeat customers. And we have built an MVP and SaaS product around workflow process automation. You can make freight move more efficiently by reaching out to Cargo Sprout. Thank you.
Thank you, Wei. Fantastic. All right, next, I would like to invite Shita of MOSA. And I should actually mention that Wei just killed it. He got that in 1 minute and 31 seconds. So that's the time to beat. Rashita?
Hi, everyone. I'm Prashita from MOSA, like mimosas. Did you know that glass bottles are 100% recyclable, but still globally, 28 billion glass bottles and jars end up in landfills every year? For context, that's equivalent to 2 Empire State Buildings being filled up top to bottom every 3 weeks. Plus, glass bottles take anywhere from 4,000 to 1 million years to decompose. MOSA is here to change that. At MOSA, we are introducing the concept of microfactory to the world of recycling to create hyper-local manufacturing units. Microfactories are 500 square feet, high-tech units that can be placed in city centers, so glass bottles don't have to travel long distances to reach the recycling point. Our microfactories are low in carbon emission. They recover almost 100% of the glass waste. And most importantly, our end product is 200x more valuable than the normal recycling product. That's because instead of making glass sand, we convert our products into candles, glasses, platters, a lot of different things, leaving us with 60% gross margin. Since our launch in 2022, we have already rescued and sold 10,000 glass bottles. We have corporate customers like SAP, event planners buying for gifting purposes, and we store our products in 6 retail stores. We plan to grow by franchise model in the next 2 years to 15 different locations through the franchise model. If you're interested, we'd love to chat more over some mimosas. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prisha. All right, next I'd like to invite Erica from Sarah Jean.
Okay, everyone, let's pivot to drug development, our favorite topic. I'm Erica from Sarah Gene Therapeutics, talking to you about how we are advancing gene therapies for bleeding disorders. So bleeding disorders, it's a hot, high potential area, but there is still unrealized potential. At Sarah Gene, we're interested in those that are partially protected, such as the 1.2 million patients with inherited bleeding disorders. And a really interesting area for me, those that are unprotected, such as 10 million women who experience heavy menstrual bleeding. The limitations in previous generations are things that cannot be ignored, and technology is needed. So that's where we come in. Sarah Gene is leveraging RNA therapy to address critical innovation gaps in treating bleeding disorders. We deliver our RNA cargoes through lipid nanoparticles, and then those cargoes go on to modulate specific levels of coagulation proteins in the blood, leading to a new generation of therapies for bleeding disorders that address these critical innovation gaps. We've accomplished a lot in a year. A significant amount of non-dilutive funding. We're already doing studies in primates, and the next stage is for you to support us to help realize Sarah Gene's potential in formalizing the advisory team, getting started on pharma, and going into manufacturing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Erica. Right, we're killing it on the times here. Next, I'd like to invite up Sam from Launch Academy.
It seems like everybody's ahead of schedule. So if I give more time back, or do I get extra time? I'm kidding. I don't need the 3 minutes. We're Launch. We've been around since 2012. We're Western Canada's leading tech incubator. Oh, that's the first slide. Couple of stuff we've done. We've incubated over 6,000 entrepreneurs in the 11-ish years we've come through. Of those, 300 of those have gone on to raise about $2.5 billion. In terms of types of company we work with, it's all sorts of emerging tech, SaaS, fintech, AI, Web3, IoT. We also work, dabble in agri-tech, ed tech, VR, AR, so on and so forth. These are some of our alumni. Some of them you have heard of. We have companies like Later, Coho. A lot of these images are cut off, but Clue and Lighthouse Labs. Who here's worked with the Lighthouse Labs student? Just out of curiosity. A couple. Well, maybe we'll get a couple more. There's also Thinkific, which is now a public company as well. But there's also a couple companies on here that you haven't heard of, like Video.ai, Flutterwave. These are actually multi-million-dollar companies that have leveraged, like VANTEC's, we're a Startup Visa partner. And so we've worked with companies in over 40 different countries over the last couple of years and bringing them over here to Canada. In terms of our programs, as I mentioned, one of the programs that we work with is called Maple. And that's where we're leveraging Startup Visa. We work with them hands-on over a span of 2 years, getting them prepped to land in Canada, as well as globalize. Launchpad is our monthly membership. So that's where entrepreneurs can kind of connect with local folks like yourselves. They get resources. There's different fireside chats. There's different workshops every single month. For those that are just getting into startups, we have a Launcher Startup course. You can send this to any of the companies that are just starting out. Maybe they're in ideation. Maybe they just kind of need a roadmap on how to build out. And if you talk to me, I'll probably just get you a pretty good discount code for that. I think it's only $300 off the top anyway. So if there's any companies that are interested in that, let them know or send them to the website. And finally, we have our Captains program, where that's our mentorship program. So if any of you are interested in that, let me know as well. We also run a lot of different events. We have Traction Conference, which is one of North America's biggest growth conferences that we run every year. We have Launch Builders, which is a bi-monthly event where we talk about all the coolest products that are coming out. We have CXO dinners where we connect CXOs all across North America. And then we also do global trade missions as well. That's it. I've given you 30 seconds back. Feel free to talk with me after.
Thanks so much, Sam. Here, I'll just take the clicker from you. Sam? Thank you. All right, so let's hear from some of the companies in the program or have been through the program at Launch Academy. First, I'd like to invite Michael from Creative Flow AI.
So what if every company in the world can create quality videos like Apple can at an affordable price? What if we did that? What will the world look like? Hey, everybody, I'm Michael from Creative Flow, co-founder of CreativeFlow.ai. We help designers create high quality videos and animations with the skills that they already have. As you probably know, video costs a lot of money to create and produce. Marketing departments keep spending more and more money on videos, yet the results kind of aren't that great. What if we change that? What if we made it really easy for designers inside or people with basic design skills inside of the marketing organization to create motion graphics that's usually created by experts like motion designers and video editors? We launched 9 months ago. We already have $80,000 in ARR. We have 73,000 downloads, and we keep growing up. We also have a couple of tiny little companies you probably have heard of. You probably recognize some of them here, Meta and a couple of other ones that you can see. And where we need your help to get us to the next stage here. We'd love to have you on board. We're looking for $600K at a $6 million safe with a 10% discount. If you want to hear more, please contact me at michael@creativeflow.ai. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate it. All right, everyone is very well practiced here with the timing. So next, I would like to invite Robin up from Hey Mandy.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm the CEO and founders of Hey Mandy. Hey Mandy is an anonymous dating app that helps people make real-time meaningful connections. Hey Mandy solves the privacy problem of dating apps worldwide. Research says 60% of dating apps users are concerned about their privacy. The addressable market size is $4.8 billion. The solution we create is a dating app that with a bio that is like a tweet. We streamline the user's profile with just one line of word. It can be a mood, your interest, like a tweet. No photos, no other personal information is required. Hey Mandy currently has 300,000 active users and financially break even at 1.2 million Canadian dollars with an ARPU of 36 cents. Our users are from Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Malaysia, and currently we laser focus on growing the North American market. We are a balanced team and have been together for 5 years. None of us are first-time founders and all of our co-founders are working on a very essential part of Hey Mandy. We are asking 1.5 million Canadian dollars at 9 million Canadian dollars post-money valuation. Most of our spending will be on the team building and the growth marketing. Please talk to us if you are interested in us or if you have media, B2C, and mobile background. Please also talk to us. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Robin. All right. So next we are going to hear from Dave Thomas at SFU Venture Labs and hear from a couple of their companies as well. So Dave, I'll invite you up to the front here.
Alrighty. Thank you very much, Aaron. I think you can see from the first slide that Venture Labs' focus is sustainable innovation in science and deep technology, things in that area, and it's something that we've been working on for a while. No, we'll go this way. Here's some of the history. Been here for 11 years. You can see some of the different sectors that we're in. Idea that we are generating companies, and we are a later stage accelerator. In other words, companies do not come here as part of a cohort. They don't stay for 6 months and then go. So quite often companies will be here for years. And you can see some of our alumni along the bottom of the line there. There are other companies that we have worked with as well. But what's the great line is the past is reliable and the future is relevant unless you're an American politician. So what I'd like to do is talk a little bit more about what we're doing right now. So we have a number of programs that we're working on at the moment. We're doing market validation training in conjunction with 4 other accelerators in the province. So something that is run as a hybrid with folks in Prince George, Vancouver Island, and also the Lower Mainland. We had Paul did a really very good piece of promotion for Accelerate IP, and I'm going to talk a bit more about that later. One program that we have that is going to start in the next 2 weeks is Go to Market. It's a joint venture between Rocket Builders and NRC IRAP. That's for companies that want to redo their marketing plan because they're in the market with revenue. So criteria for that are you must be an IRAP company and you must have $500,000 in revenue. And something which we will do in November, middle of November this year, is we are going to start a program of going international, and the real focus will be sales and partnering. And we'll start by practicing in Canada by going to SAS North in Ottawa in November. I know it's cold, but if you know a company that is in that area, we're going to take 10 companies with us, and it's something which is partially subsidized by Innovate BC. We talked a bit about Accelerate IP. Venture Labs is a delivery partner, as are almost all of the accelerators in the room. I've been talking a bit at the VANTEC meetings about IP and the different programs that are available. And I think Paul has a very good piece on awareness and education, which is on the 11th. And I would encourage you to send people to go to that Volition event. I think it'd be very positive. One of the key things is that the additional support for implementation is a 75% subsidy. There's very significant dollars for your portfolio companies. And I think that's an important way for everybody who's an angel investor to look at it. It's a way of getting quality legal advice for the companies you work with. And, oh, so you've a list of who's presenting? You've got that one? Okay. So one of our companies is not actually going to stand up here. It's A&K. But if you want to go and talk to Matt and hear his pitch, he's in his office right there. All righty. Thanks very much, Aaron.
Of course. Thank you so much, Dave. All right. And I'll invite Jim from Capiche up. And while he's coming up, I'll just say I love that you're promoting the other incubators, accelerator programs around town. I mean, we are all here to collaborate. And this is really what we're doing today, is highlighting what each one is working on and how we're all working together to create value in this ecosystem. But without further ado, I'll hand over to you, Jim.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jim. I'm the CEO and founder of Capiche. So Capiche has revolutionized the capital raising process by bringing it online. And to date, we've helped companies raise more than $250 million. Our mission is to provide the most compliant and comprehensive system for capital raising. And we're currently obsessed with building out tools to enhance the exposure of the deals on our platform. We offer turnkey solutions. One missing there. We offer turnkey solutions for capital raises, including equity crowdfunding campaigns. Proudly, Capiche is the only equity crowdfunding portal, the exempt equity crowdfunding portal that operates in all jurisdictions across Canada. And the timing couldn't be better. Recent regulatory changes have allowed now everyone to invest in early stage deals or any deals that were previously available only to high net worth individuals and institutions. And the democratization of investment really is only possible through online platforms like Capiche. Our leadership team, led by me, a seasoned securities lawyer with 20 years of experience helping people raise capital compliantly. And we've got a group of advisors that back us with a proven track record in scaling companies. As we move forward with scaling Capiche, we're looking to raise 500K and we're looking for investors who share in our vision. This 500K will give us the opportunity to build out a 12-month runway to build out our solution with deal marketing tools, to grow our team, and to extend our reach to Ontario, where we've recently established an office. If you're interested, you can talk to me after the presentation or later on today, or you can experience Capiche firsthand by visiting our offering page at capiche.io/invest. And there you'll find a detailed investor presentation, an overview video, terms of the offering, and an Invest Now button. Thanks for hearing me out. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Jim. And I'll say as well, if any of you decide to invest in What If, you'll get to experience the Capiche process as well, as we use them for processing investments. So a great referral for you there as well. Alan, let's introduce SprayWorks Technologies.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron. I'm Alan Burgess, President and CEO of SprayWorks Technologies, and we are involved in the production of high-velocity oxy-fuel systems for spray metal and ceramic coatings. There's a picture of one of our Mini Nova products with the supersonic jet in front of it. We're an advanced materials company located in North Vancouver, BC. We've recently raised $500,000 that help with What If and eFund included in that. We've had recent sales to Pratt & Whitney and Siemens Energy. And 2022, we had revenues of over $600,000 with a small profit. And we've had a recent partnership proposal from Safran Landing Systems in France. The problem we're addressing is the wear and corrosion of very expensive components, such as landing gear or downhole tools that have long lead time to replace and are very expensive. There's also need to replace hexavalent chrome, which is being outlawed globally. Our solution is our ID Nova. Our Mini Nova is a high velocity torch that can replace these hexavalent chrome coatings, and it's been field proven to provide a 10x improvement over hard chrome. The solutions is a combination of our torch and our powders, and has a number of applications in aerospace, downhole tools, plastics, etc. We have a number of Fortune 500 customers that we're dealing with, and some of these are current customers, including Pratt & Whitney and Siemens. So recently, we just had an order for $300,000 from a UAE company. Visited GE in August, and I'm been invited to give a presentation at the A3STS conference in Pau, France, by Bodycoat and Safran Landing Systems. Anyways, it looks like my time's up. Anyways, we're expecting the order we had from the UAE will generate in excess of $100,000 profit. And we're currently under the SDTC seed fund application, which has now been postponed, but we're continuing to raise up to $1 million. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Alan. All right. Next, I'd like to invite Davina from Spring to give an introduction to, and it should be Spring Activator. Apologies for that.
Thank you. And thanks, Aaron, for this great event. I think it's such a great way to show both the accelerators pitching and then the companies pitching. We see that probably the accelerators, we have a lot of also to learn from our from the founders who support us. And so kudos for all of them. They did great pitches, and also on my fellows. And so, so Davina Akfail, I'm the investment program director at Spring. We are based in Vancouver, but active also all over Canada. So I wanted to share a little bit of what we do. So we design and deliver programs for investors and for founders as they're working on their investor journey and the fundraising journey. So maybe something a little bit different, and Aaron's asking about what differentiates us is that we support founders in their fundraising journey, but we also support new investors. And so people who are interested in becoming angel investors, wanting to dip their feet into what that looks like. And so a lot of our programs, and those that I will mention just after, are really focused on bringing more investors into angel investing and giving them the tools to do it successfully. What we also do is that we focus on impact and purpose-driven founders. And so all the programs that we have and operate are focused on founders who are working on climate, working on increasing gender equity, on healthcare, innovative healthcare solutions. So really kind of focusing on that area of the market, which is people and planet. And so just wanted to share how you can get involved or how you can get your communities also involved. We are running 2 programs this fall, actually starting in the next few days. So a women-led impact investor challenge where new investors will get to meet with founders, women-led companies and women founders to really push for more gender equity in our world of investment and early stage investment. So that program starts next week in October. We also have a health impact investor challenge. So this is a BC focused. So all companies will be BC based, and this is also taking the investors through this journey of going through an investment, selecting a company, and then investing in it at the end. So you can join if you're either an accredited or non-accredited investors. We are also in this to democratize access to investment, and I can share a little bit more about how that happens, but I'm already running out of time, so sorry about that. And so, yeah, like all our programs are really built to provide deal flow and to have our investors participate in the deal flow creation. So these are the women founders that are going to be presented to the founders, to the investors in the coming weeks. So if you join a program, you're really part of that deal flow creation, and so excited to share the companies here. These are the companies for our Health Impact Investor Challenge. And so excited to see who will be the winner. So one way you can get involved is either to join one of these programs or join the finales that will be taking place in November and see who out of these companies are going to actually win the challenge. And if you're interested in also participating and investing in the winner of the challenge, we'd be happy to have you on board and so to join us. And so we'll share more about the links on that. There, and then I won't take any more time. We're presenting today Veridis, Circulus, so 2 winners of our past challenges, as well as Cognito, which I think will be a video. Great, thank you.
Thank you so much, Davina. All right, so the first company that I'm going to invite up for spring is Circulus AgTech with Olivier. All right, I'll hand over to you here.
Thank you very much. All right, welcome. Hey, I'm lucky to be here. My name is Olivier and I work for Circulus AgTech, one of the co-founder. So let me start with our food system. Our food system relies on synthetic fertilizers, which is a $200 billion industry. Synthetic fertilizer also are creating a lot of greenhouse gases in its production and its use. And over the last 80 years, we've used so much of it that now we're causing a lot of soil health degradation, forcing the farmers to use more and more fertilizers. One is the solution could be using more organic matter like manure. Unfortunately, it also creates a lot of pollution as most of the nutrients, instead of going to the plant or going greenhouse gases first because it's not as effective. When we look at the statistics, there's plenty nitrogen in the manure and in the waste in agriculture, but how could we capture it to use it in the system in an efficient way. This is exactly what Circulus Act is set up to do. We develop a proprietary biodigester that we extract the nitrogen and then we formulate it into an efficient form, which has beneficial bacteria to increase soil health and also reduces greenhouse gas emission. We're currently doing a pre-seed round of $1 million. We've got some first investors, but we're looking to complete it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olivier. All right, and next here, I'm going to invite, or you know what? We've got this one via video. So Armand from Cognito.
Hi, everyone. My name is Armand Irani, CEO and co-founder of Cognito Health. We're an online mental health platform on a mission to make mental health treatment more affordable and effective. Without a doubt, we know there's a mental health crisis in Canada. 7 million people are suffering without care every year. Barriers to get proper treatment include lack of trained clinicians, long wait times, and high costs. We've created an all-in-one mental health solution that's more affordable and effective than any of our competitors. Cognito is half the cost of traditional therapy at $99 a month. You can get treatment virtually without leaving your home. You can start treatment right away without long wait times, and Cognito is 2 times more effective than the current standards of care. Looking at the market, there's a big opportunity here to build a sustainable business. With 1% market penetration or 70,000 clients in Canada, we will be a $100 million revenue business. Demand has been exceptional. In BC alone, we grew rapidly, growing from 300,000 ARR to 1 million ARR in just 8 months. We've launched our first government contract and B2B opportunities are inbound. Organic demand is strong, even in the absence of advertising. We're currently raising $2 million with 1.86 already committed from some incredible venture partners. We're looking to close the remaining 140,000 on the round with some mission-aligned investors to help fuel our growth and reach our next major milestones. Thank you.
Echo or the static there, but it was a great presentation, and that was Armand from Cognito. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Maka from Verity's Research.
Hi, everyone. I think that I have been seeing you a lot these last 2 weeks. So for who doesn't know me, I'm Dr. Macarena Cataldo, co-founder and CEO of VDD's Research. At VDD's, we are developing technologies to protect water sources. And we have started solving the microplastic problem. Microplastics are everywhere. 40% of the total microplastic reaching the oceans are coming from washing our clothes. But we are going to stop that. Our system is connected to the washing machine effluent, capturing the microplastics and draining the water. The captured microplastics are then oxidized, and the system is self-cleaning or regenerated. We use electrooxidation to oxidize these microplastics. So what is important? This is particularly important because new regulation that requires washing machine manufacturers to incorporate those kind of systems have been legislated, creating the perfect opportunity. But how we are going to win in this market? Our main competitors are mechanical filtration. They don't degrade the microfibers, and then they need to dispose all these fibers in the environment, and they need maintenance and continuously cartridge replacement. So they generate even more plastic pollution. Our system instead, as degrade the microfiber, doesn't generate any solid or liquid waste, doesn't need any maintenance, and doesn't use any cartridge. And this is particularly important because it can be incorporated in the washing machines. So we are the only product in the market that can be inside your washing machine. In fact, we are already collaborating with Samsung to potentially incorporate their system in their washing machines. In order to successfully bring this product to the market, we have a very strong team. We have the technical skills, the business expertise, and the startup experience to bring this product to commercialization. We are currently raising 1 million. We are EVC eligible. We have the RRSP promo too. So let's talk with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maka. And yes, Maka, you have been presenting a lot at a lot of different events, and congratulations on winning the Sustainability Prize with the New Ventures BC competition. All right, next up, we are going to hear from Volition again. So Paul, I'll invite you up to tell us more about your programs before hearing from some of the companies. Here we are, Paul. Welcome back up to the stage.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to thank Dave for the shout out there. At Volition, we believe in collaboration over competition. We've had the luck of working with New Ventures, SFU, and Spring, and many others in the room. As it stands currently, I'm supported by my core team of my business partner, Melanie, who's on mat leave right now, and Josie and Nina and Gabby. Nina is here with me. What we do is we help entrepreneurs answer the most common question, which is, what do I do next? It's the most common question that we found. I found that in my entrepreneurial journey over the years. And so we help them guide them through their now what moments. So unlike consultants or a lot of in accelerator programs and things like that, we're more on demand, and we help them through their now what moments through guidance, teaching, and one-on-one coaching, and we deliver and tailor programming and educational content. As you can see here, so over the 6 years that we've been Volition, we've served over 2,500 companies all around the world. So we've worked with companies all across Canada, US, as well as organizations, parts of Europe, South Korea, Africa, South America, and Mexico. And we do that with an incredible roster of advisory level coaches, many of whom have 15 to 20 years of experience and are also located internationally. So for example, Dina at the top left is actually in Kazakhstan of all places. We also have people in Thailand, Camille Hunt in New Zealand, and people in US and in Canada. And these, I should say, they all cover different parts of what startups need help with, which is everything from marketing to sales to pitching to HR strategy, business strategy, pretty much anything you can think of other than legal and accounting, because that's boring and we don't want to do it and it's illegal for us to do so. So an example of that is that recently we're just tying up the Rise and Thrive program with our friends over at Discovery Foundation. So in a lot of cases, we work with funding partners and programming partners that they pay us to work with the startups that you guys are working with or have in your portfolios. So you can see a lot of examples there through advising hours and all the work that we've done with different programming partners and companies here and here. So some of those include ones that you know here, as well as Mars in Ontario. We work with them in a sales program, as well as New Ventures, Startup Canada, Yukon University, and many more that you probably recognize. We have also had, as I said, collaborated. We've done Angels for Climate Solutions program twice now. Hopefully we'll again someday in the future. And as I said, we've worked with Mars in Ontario as well. And so these are just some testimonials. That's probably one of the things that we're most proud of, is we have consistent and constant testimonials and reviews from our clients that tell us that they've grown or have learned something that they didn't know before and are able to apply at that time in their business, which is, again, a big key differentiator for us because it's in the moment. And so that's my time. So I mentioned before, we have our workshop coming up. So please do send companies our way, as Dave mentioned, and it's a great outlet into the funding that's available from that program. So thanks very much, Aaron. And in the spirit of collaboration, because I didn't get to announce it last month, we're also working with VANTEC and going to be doing coaching with all the companies coming through starting next month, or this month, I guess. Yeah, yeah. So thanks to Aaron for bringing us in.
Thank you, Paul. Really excited to have you work with a lot of the companies that are going to be presenting to VANTEC, making sure that their pitches are polished. And so to highlight some of the work that you're doing, we'll pass off to Crystal from Nobi. I'll invite you up to the stage here. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Hamilton, and I'm the founder of Nobi. For 20 years, I've been a sommelier, and I've traveled the world, and I've listened to restaurateurs all over the world talk about the same two pain points. The main ones are staffing and profitability. You see, the restaurant industry is the 5th largest industry in the world. It employs over 330 million people, but they struggle with a 75% staff turnover rate. They also are operating at a 1/3 staffing deficit. These kind of numbers don't just impact the profitability of a restaurant, but actually the viability of a business. And this is exactly why I created Nobi. Nobi is a gamified platform that teaches the front line how to become effective salespeople and the #1 profit driver of a restaurant. Anyone want to guess what that is? Alcohol, exactly. You see, the more we can train our staff on alcohol, the better they're going to become salespeople. And unlike traditional LMSs, our customers see a return on investment immediately after using Nobi through their staff being able to sell more alcohol. We've already done this organically with $50,000 in revenue since Q1 this year. We've helped dozens of restaurants and retailers all over North America to do just that. But we're not really going to stop there. Our AI-driven customization is going to be helpful. Our POS integration is going to make us competitive and have more eyeballs on what we're doing. But it's the Nobi Bank that's really going to change the game. And I'm happy to talk about this privately with anybody. But this is going to be an earn-as-you-learn commission structure that's never been done in our industry before. We're currently raising $500,000 to help accelerate the work we've already been doing and have more impact in this industry. Would love to discuss more with you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Crystal. All right. Up next, we have Frederick, pardon me, from Illumini.
Hi, my name is Friedrich Klaus. I am the founder of Illumini. For reasons that Kafka would find absurd, the Canadian government relies on the real estate industry to provide it with information that allows it to fight money laundering in the housing market. The real estate industry is virtually a paper industry. There is no solution now that captures customer data in a readable digital form. Valuable data that is captured on federal anti-money laundering forms is lost in file cabinets or unreadable PDFs. The solution is data. We are end-to-end transactional real estate digitization through AML compliance. Illumini is a two-sided market with a SaaS subscription on both ends. One, we collect customer data through AML compliance automation via a mobile onboarding app and provide value by saving time and money through automation to managing brokers of residential real estate firms. Two, we aggregate and interpret the data that we collect and provide that to the federal and provincial governments with better insight into fraud and money laundering. Regulations have changed. They're very difficult to comply with, and real estate businesses are small and medium sized, and they don't have budget to do it. The new solution for compliance is an end-to-end solution, and we provide that. Our company traction so far, we have hit 200 in ARR at a run rate by the end of this year. We're in negotiations with the largest residential real estate brokerage in Canada, which is about 4% of the Canadian market. We signed a partnership a few weeks ago with 15% of the Canadian market, and they'll be able to get our solution to their customers within about 6 months. So that's 55,000 people using our app and 500 businesses using our backend tool. We're in negotiations with the REBGV to receive 14% of the market through our onboarding app. We've just signed a national commercial real estate brokerage to allow our back office solution to automate their back office processes. And I can just announce that we're starting to go through the government testing stream to allow FinTrack to look at our aggregated data. Our revenue model is really simple. It's SaaS. There's a monthly fee for brokerage tools. There's a monthly fee for agent tools. And then we have API and integration fees that we get from the government, also our platform partners. This is outdated because we closed a round this morning so we're not asking for money right now. We signed a strategic partner that is a National Association of Realtors in a country that is south of Canada. So this is it. This is Illumini. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. So next up, we have Yumi Studio. And I'll invite Daniel up to introduce us.
All right. I'm Daniel Roisman. I am the co-founder of Yumi Studio. Remote collaboration is broken. We talked a lot about collaboration today already. Current collaboration tools, they were designed for boardrooms, purpose-built for giving presentations. Companies like Zoom and Microsoft are bringing their staff back into the office. That's how bad remote collaboration is right now. So now imagine you're a company like NVIDIA and you have to train thousands of employees at BMW on your latest digital twin technology. If any of you have ever done training, if any of you have done training in Zoom, you know it sucks. And if you're a trainer, it's brutal. You're teaching into a black void. You can't see what people are doing. You can't see who's progressing and who's falling behind. That's a major problem. It's a $6 billion opportunity for us. Yumi Studio is AI-powered, purpose-built, live collaboration and training software designed to create engagement across participants. NVIDIA is using our platform for their worldwide workshops on their latest technologies. We're generating revenue now from an amazing list of customers that's growing. We are super-powered communication. Our generative AI research is already unlocking high-value interactions between people and knowledge transfer. And it's helping us scale to thousands of users. Training is our wedge into corporate enterprise. We have a land and expand technology that gets us from training into collaboration within organizations. My co-founder, Jean Mistreau, and I, we have been working together for over 15 years. We worked at Electronic Arts, Disney, Autodesk. We have decades of experience building great technologies. We have an amazing world-class team working behind us, as well as partners who are helping us build the future of collaboration. We are currently raising funds, looking for a lead investor, and we would be happy to talk to you after the session. Thank you.
Great job, Daniel. All right. I'd like to invite Stephen from Foresight up to introduce us to Foresight. I'm sure we're all quite familiar with them, but introduce us to the differentiators, the programs you've got going on, and then some of the companies. So I'll hand it over to you.
I'm Steve Wilson. I'm with Foresight. And really quickly, our differentiator is we are all about clean tech. We have a really obvious goal. We want to make Canada the first G7 country to hit net zero. Now, if you're not keeping score, we're in 7th place. That's a lot of opportunity for us to improve. But I know with your participation, with the money you bring as angel investors, with the intelligence, the experience, the smarts, the connections you're going to bring to innovators, we can make this happen together. This is not to say that we aren't very, very thankful for the innovators we support. We've worked with over 530, and it's really their perspiration, their inspiration, the blood, sweat, and tears that they leave out there that really drive the clean tech industry forward. We're very, very happy that they've raised over $1.6 billion, the companies we've supported, as well as generated nearly $500 million in revenue. What areas do we focus in? It's going to seem a little bit broad. What's that? Clean tech, all about clean tech, but within the agri-food industry, within the bioeconomy, so thinking forestry, within the built environment, within carbon tech, within energy, power, and water. We think those are industries where Canada has an opportunity to lead the world and build fantastic clean tech companies. How we help companies? Well, we help them, I like to say, from soup to nuts, right from the ideation stage through to when they're growing. We don't leave them, much like I think Dave said at SFU Venture Labs. It's not a 3-month program. It's not a 6-month program. It's as long as they need help, as long as they continue progressing. That's how we kind of help folks along there. Now, of interest to you, coming up on October 11th, we do have another pitch event. Might not be as good as this one, but we will have some different companies available there. As well, we also have coming up in November on the 8th and 9th, our Foresight 50. So those are the 50 most investable clean tech companies in Canada. That event will be held in person in Calgary if you happen to like traveling, or you can catch it online on the 8th. So those are some events coming up. If you have any other questions, I should be around for a little bit after this. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Stephen. Awesome. All right, and to give an introduction to some of the companies that are working with Foresight, I'd like to introduce Harv from Build Smarter to introduce your company tonight.
Okay, yeah, my name is Harv. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Build Smarter, where our goal is to enable the sustainable mass production of housing. So how do we do that? It's actually quite simple, I think. We make 3D models of every single project. We then procure recycled steel sourced from electric arc net zero furnaces. We then make everything in our factory using CNC machines and robotics. All of the walls, all of the floor joists, all the trusses, they're all labeled, sent to your job site, and installed like big Lego pieces. What this results in a house that is built faster, built cheaper than wood, built non-combustible, and 100% recyclable. We currently have significant traction. We have over $21.5 million in projects with deposits paid. We're currently working on an 8-story building in Langley, one of the tallest prefab buildings in Canada. We've received some grant funding through UBC, potentially $3 million next year. But why now? For starters, in California, the biggest insurance companies are no longer providing home insurance for homes built out of wood. There's also significant problems in the housing shortage, labor shortage, and just environmental problems that we're uniquely positioned to solve. We're currently raising $2.5 million as an EVC. Majority of this is to execute on a revenue backlog and open a second location in California. We're currently generating a profit, and we're looking to find investors to help us accelerate our growth. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Harv. All right, next I'd like to invite Stephen from Envera.
Hey there. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for hanging out for as long as you have. We're almost at the end, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Innovera, I'm going to start you out with a number this afternoon. It's a fairly big number, 5.8 billion tons. That's the total amount of wet biosolids waste produced globally every year. That's the stuff that you can't actually put in an incinerator or anything for waste to energy because it's just too darn wet. Typically, what you do with that is you landfill it or you land spread it. And the result is 8.5 billion tons of CO2 produced per year from that material. Context-wise, that's about the CO2 from all the automobiles driving on the planet today. But it doesn't need to be because the waste has some value. You subject it to high temperature and high pressure in a process called HTL, HTC, hydrothermal liquefaction, hydrothermal carbonization. The result is the conversion of that waste into a pure carbon, as well as a liquid drop-in feedstock for existing refineries that you can produce sustainable aircraft fuel, aviation fuel, sorry, transitional energy and renewable chemicals. Drop-in type of material, nothing else required. The difference is, how do we do it? Well, we've decided to invest the use of the old energy infrastructure, oil and gas. So we use downhole infrastructure, abandoned oil wells, because at the bottom of a 3-kilometer deep oil well, which is there are 250,000 of them in Western Canada alone, you hit 3,000 PSI and you can hit 300 degrees Celsius. That's the parameters that you need to convert this bio-waste into the carbon and the petrochemical feedstock. So if we do this, the 5.8 billion tons, back to that number. Sure, that's a little bit bigger than we'd normally use, and we're probably not going to get that. But if we did that, that's 300,000 wells, 300,000 facilities, about 4.3 billion tons of CO2 sequestered per year in the hydrochar carbon that we produce, and a total value of $1.7 trillion potential ARR from the actual products that are produced by the companies that are disposing of their waste. So if this is something that interests you, we've opened a round. We're looking for $1 million. We've already got 45% subscribed. And if you want to know more, let's go deeper. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Stephen. All right, and our last presenter for this evening, I have Oscar with Rockburst. I'll invite you up to the front here to introduce us to Rockburst.
Hi, my name is Oscar Malpica. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Rockburst Technologies. We break rock with CO2. And why is this important? Breaking rock takes roughly 4% of the global electricity consumption, kind of equivalent to what Germany consumes in 1 year. In Canada alone, 17% of our electricity goes into breaking rock. Massive energy hog, massive GHG emissions as well. So our technology uses CO2. And when you do that, you have a couple of benefits. Actually, before I even go further, all these organizations have backed up our approach, including, and I think a little bit of a wink for what if, potential conditioning investment from you guys, But big guys like BHP, like Tech Resources, like Lafarge, they've been looking at us, with keen interest. In general, we have developed a thermodynamic process that halves that energy. If we are successful in basically converting all this innovation and deploying in 20% of the market, we have the potential to essentially do a carbon drawdown of 0.5 gigaton per year. This is a massive, massive undertaking. We have raised already $2.5 million in the 3 years of existence of our company. We have operations both in Canada and Australia. Both governments of Canada and Australia have supported, this approach. And at this moment, we have as clients with paid trials, two of the top 5 companies in the mining industry. They're very, very interested in this. One last thing, we're raising $9.5 million that will be used to basically build a pilot plant, a containerized pilot plant in either Tech or Lafarge here in BC. The rest of the money will be used for creating unique IP that hopefully we can maintain here in Canada and basically creating also employment in BC. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Oscar. All right, so we heard from some fantastic companies and some fantastic incubators and accelerators tonight, and so certainly stick around for networking afterwards to meet with them. I do want to mention that we have recently just added a new web page to the VANTEC website for our incubators and accelerators. So you can go there and sort of see the breakdown of their focus areas, their focus geographies, what they specialize in, and their programs. We're looking to add more and more to this page. And really, like I said at the beginning, it's to make sure that you know where to go to find the great companies first. So our next event, well, obviously we have the SUV program tomorrow, so make sure to sign up for that and attend at 9 a.m. Next month, we're getting back to our regular programming of pitch events where we will have longer 5-minute pitches and some 90-second updates and intros. So we're really excited to get back to having some of those longer pitches, and so do make sure to sign up on the website. That's going to be on November 1st. Again, obviously always followed by the SUV program. All right, so just a quick reminder, if you aren't a member already, you're interested in learning more, myself, Ashima, and Lindsay will be around. Thelsa also is around to chat more about VANTEC and SUV. So yeah, come and chat with us. We'd love to make sure that we can provide the value that you're looking for as angel investors and showcase the amazing companies we have coming out of BC. That does it. We're going to get into networking. We've got some great snacks at the back, some beer and wine. So please stick around, have some great conversation. I look forward to meeting every one of you. All right. Thanks so much.